How y'all doing today? Thanks for joining us. We are here live at Smoke and Barrel Cigar Bar and Lounge in Mount Holly, North Carolina. And we are live on YouTube channel, Facebook, and T. Crocker Cigar Extraordinaire's Instagram. So thanks for joining us. Man, what a day we have. What a day. We're toasting it up today, so we'll talk about that. We got our parents. It's toasty. It's toasty outside. It feels good in here. Y'all be glad I got here early today to turn the air down. So, so we got the Riddler.
That's me. That's what they call me.
You know,
The Riddler.
Luther Ross is the Riddler. Y'all gonna see why as you go through the program today.
That's right.
It's just natural. Charles Wilkinson, which is Whiskey Tango Charlie, Cigar Extraordinaire, T. Crocker, and myself, Brian Huff, here at Smoke and Barrel. So, man, what a great day this is for Smoke and Barrel. We've got the GTG is doing their book drive and supplies for the kids at local elementary school here. They're doing that tonight. We've got Vince Reed, which is Cool V, doing a cut and light with also GTG. So he is launching his cigar. That's will be the third cigar launch that we've done, which is pretty cool. It's compliment to us, really is compliment to us if people want to do it here.
We got 3 that are all GTG. Toya,
Yep,
Tracy,
yep.
now Vince.
There you go. All GTG, all the time. So now we've launched 3. So that's be great. In addition to that, if you can handle it, we got Elements of Tune playing from 7 to 10. Really, you know, a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
Fitz Mason,
Yeah.
great guy. He's the reason we started doing jazz.
Agreed.
Really is. And just a super guy. If you haven't met Fitz, you got to get down here and see Fitz. We'll have some of that. We'll post some live views tonight so everybody gets a flavor for what we got. We're going to be outside. It's nice outside today. It's not super hot. Yes, ma'am.
He's GTG also.
Who is Fitz?
Oh, yeah.
Fitz is?
Yep.
Cool.
Vince and Reese.
I knew Reese was. Well, that's great. I was going to go home and put on my GTG shirt.
Right.
I just ran out of time.
Well, I like that one too now.
This is my smoking barrel.
We know where you belong.
Well, you know that. I'm part of the family.
Right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slap you down this way, that way. Unless I'm
All right, so today we have the Alec Bradley Magic Toast Toro. It is a Honduran cigar. I mean, that's basically what you're going to say about it. Everything about it is a Honduran cigar. The #1 cigar of the year with Alan Rubin. Loved it. He was the founder. So, I mean, Magic Toast is, I think, is one of my favorite Alec Bradley cigars. It's not going to hurt your feelings. But it's got good flavor,
Yes.
and I would call it a little medium plus.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I noticed on the wrapper, I mean, very, very veiny
Yeah.
on the wrapper leaf, very veiny.
And that's
So-
by design? Is that T, that's by design?
That's just the way they wrap them. That's just the way the leaf turned out.
I'm going to say this.
You get sometimes you get the leaf that so the LFD,
Uh-huh.
the leaves are kind of oily, and you can see the oils coming through as you smoke.
Right.
Alec Bradley, I don't know what it is, but a lot of the cigars turn out like that. They have one. They have what they call the black market.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good cigar. It's almost the same way.
Okay.
Almost the same way. Now they do have a, and I never get the name right. Kintsugi.
That's it. No, you did right. Kintsugi is right.
Kintsugi. It's more of a Connecticut. But
93 rated cigar.
I've heard it. I've never smoked it. No,
Okay.
I'm lying. I smoked it once.
Top 10 cigar
Yeah.
aficionado.
It's pretty good.
2 years ago.
Okay.
This was
Yeah.
this was top in 2018 coming out of the show.
Yeah.
That's when it was released.
So this thing here, you said this was #1. This was
It's one of their #1 bestsellers. Is
Yeah.
what I meant to say.
okay, #1 bestseller. when I see these, typically when I see those big thick veins in the leaf on the out wrapper,
Right.
I usually thinking about flavors, deep flavor profiles, and that's, I mean, I'm just an inch in here, but this is not as, it's not as robust as I was thinking when I first picked it up and looked at it and felt
Yeah.
it. It's not that, and I noticed that, as you were talking, T, I was kind of looking at, with the light hitting the cigar, looking for that sheen. And it has little spots, but it's not like some we've had, like
Right.
very sheen and oily. So, anyway, I always enjoy, Alec Bradley's a good, I mean, typically
Good
he's
quality.
Yeah, they have good construction on their cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Real good construction.
And you can always count on it.
Yeah.
You can always count on it.
Consistent.
The Presidio
Uh-huh.
is their more top of the line. Anytime you want to spend a couple more dollars, and really it's not that much, when you talk about just that next level up of cigar, that's worth the price.
And we have it here.
we need, yeah, we do.
We have it here.
We have it in a couple different sizes here, and we really need to smoke that. We've already got our lineup set for the next 3 weeks, but that's one tea I think we need to get out and
get-
smoke. It's really good. Oh, by the way, we got the 2023 Cohiba Weller release.
Uh-oh,
It is in the house,
uh-oh.
so you better get them while they last, because they're not gonna be here long.
How we doing it?
No,
So
we
I
doing
have
it.
to- How we doing it? Because I
We
ain't gonna
just
fight
doing it.
nobody.
No, we ain't
Just
fighting
do-
nothing. Just
Okay.
do it.
All right. All right.
If you want a box, buy a box.
Okay.
I had a guy come in last night, played ball with him.
Okay.
Good dude. He's a year behind me. He's Gina's age. Bought a box of chapter ones. He said, I can't ever find them. He said, I hope it ain't gonna hurt your feelings. I just bought the box. I said, ain't hurt my feelings. Buy it. Somebody gonna buy it.
No, it gives me tickles in my belly when you buy a whole box.
That's good stuff.
I love it.
Hey,
I'm gonna need you not to ever do that again.
there we go.
Ever do that again?
There might be one thing on your list for me never to do,
That-
but I promise you there are at least
that was it.
30 things
That was it right
on
there.
my list for you
Yeah.
never to do.
I can't help you because I'm gonna do all 30.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is the way we act. I'm
So
sorry.
we have it toasted day. We have Elijah Craig toasted. Charlie, talk to me.
All right. Elijah Craig, the Heaven Hill, I mean, major distiller. They were just, I think it was
So greedy ass.
a couple weeks ago, there was another announcement. They were ranked #1 distiller of the year nationally, or
Oh, wow.
in the world. I forget exactly. The news has just been flying over the last week or so. But anyway, toasted barrel. So let's bring this back a little bit. Luther asked a question, a couple weeks ago at the podcast. He asked about the char. We were
Yes.
talking about the barrel and the
Uh-huh.
chars. So this is a little bit different. This is one that they brought out in 2020. I think it's when this toasted barrel came to market. So this is not a charred barrel, it's toasted. So they use a toasting, and I forget exactly what the level is. There's others out there in the market now. So they don't really char the inside of the barrels. There's a toasting that goes on. Ones I'll tell you recently was Old Forester's in the one in downtown Louisville. They actually showing them two things. They do a pre-toast and then they do a char. But anyway, this is a toasted barrel, and they just the wood brings out different flavor profiles from, instead of a char, it's the wood. It's been heated and toasted up. Thinking about think about put a piece of bread in your toaster.
That's exactly
You
what I'm
can do
thinking.
light, or
Right.
you can turn it up
Right.
to dark. Well, I don't know what the level is here. Don't remember, but that's a toasted. This is it's one of their regular blends, or the mash bill, if you will. It's one of their regulars. It's like a 78% on the corn, and I think this one has it's a 10% rye. It's a rye mash bill, and it's like a 10% rye, so it's kind of in the lower tier. It's called low rye, and the malted barley. So that's saying it's at 94 proof is where they're bottling at 94, and so it immediately when it came to the market, the flavor profiles. I mean, you just pick up great stuff on the nose. It hits the palate nice and smooth. There's no harshness to it. But it does give you, if we were to sit there, and I promise, if we did a blind tasting, and I did Elijah Craig toasted, a normal Elijah Craig, and then I pulled I don't want to put a barrel strength in there, but if I put two of these from a regular Elijah Craig to this one, and you taste them blind, you're going to tell the difference between them. There's a big difference in
Okay.
the dominant flavors you get on them. But very, very popular bottle out there.
The first time that I had this, I was at Heaven Hill, and that was the bottle that was available that day. So they didn't have Bottle and Bond, Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. They had the toasted.
Right.
So we bought a bottle, we brought it home, and the Mook and I tried it on the front porch. So I just opened it, we tried it. I don't really like it. So we let it breathe some.
Right.
Shut it back up, put it back on the shelf, brought it out, let it breathe some more. Then we liked it. It's a totally different flavor after you let it breathe a little bit and get, I don't know why. It could have been what we ate that day. It could have been the cigar. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he and I both agreed at the same time. We're like, it's not what I was thinking it was going to be. But after we let it sit for a little while, it turned in pretty good.
Now, how long did you let it sit? How long did you let it breathe?
A couple of hours while we were sitting out there. Then I
Okay.
closed it up, put it in the cabinet, let it sit.
Mm-hmm.
Brought it out for probably 30, 45 more minutes just to let the air get in there a little bit. A lot of things affect bourbon, right? So here's an example. We bought, Troy brought this bottle, and you'll have to remember what it was. I can't. I'm about got it. All right. So we won't have to necessarily say the name of it, but it was a different type of bourbon.
Okay.
Okay. And he had tried it and said, man, this is some of the best stuff. Charlie tried it.
It was amazing.
They both tried it on the way up or down to Alabama. And y'all know how hot it is in Alabama. So we get out of the car and we leave it in the car. Okay, it's hot. It's in the car. How's it going, my friend? So later that night, we were sitting at the hotel and we broke it out. Totally different taste. It
Yeah.
was like, I can't believe we like this.
The heat. We still have not figured out how. But we poured it out, and we poured a little. And the bottle was. I mean, when you just held it in your hands, sitting in the car all day, it was hot. The bottle was hot, and we even brought it out to the. We brought it down to the hotel room. I brought the ice bucket from the room and shoved the bottle down in it and cool it back down. I was like, this stuff, I can't drink it. This is going to be too hot. Cooled it back down to probably about room temperature and then poured it, and we got a sip, and it was like, I want
Please
to
just-
spit this out.
Get me something to
It was
get that out of
bad.
my mouth.
It was that bad. And I-
But it was a unique bourbon. Like it was. We don't have to say the name of the bourbon. What was the blend? It was like all wheat or all rye. I mean,
It was single. It was a malt. All
Oh,
malt. It
all
was
malt.
All malt. It was a single malt.
a single malt,
Yeah.
and it
It destroyed whatever happened. The heat destroyed that.
yeah. So be
bottle.
careful with that. It's no different than wine.
Right.
Wine is a grape. Would you leave grapes in a hot car? No, it's going to ruin them.
Right.
So that's, you don't leave wines, you keep them controlled. Your bourbons is the same way. So then I had to go out and open up one of our new Detlin bottles to get rid of that taste. So I ran out in the parking lot, was in my car ready to go back home. And so we had about half that bottle, but it was good. But that's coming to North Carolina.
It's
It's
coming.
very exciting.
I talked to him last night, and paperwork is taking a little time to get all this paperwork situated, but I
Imagine
think
that.
we're going to be September, couple
So,
of weeks.
end of September, there's only a few places that are going to have. Did he ever tell you how many bottles he got out of that?
Not yet.
Okay. So, it's going to be. Can I talk about ABC stores?
Yeah.
It's going to be brought into the Albemarle ABC store. Then it is going to be transferred to the Mount Holly ABC store, where we will be the only ones that get it and serve it. It's going to be outstanding. And then it's also going to be distributed in other places. We've got people dying to get it, and it's just tremendous.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get this in there. It's a barrel pick that we did. It's the Whiskey Tango Charlie barrel pick, and it's coming soon. So it's going to be exciting. You guys try this. It'll be tough. I believe it is a unique taste compared to a lot of the bourbons that we try.
So what you saying is, once it get here, we're gonna put it on a podcast first, right?
Yeah,
We can do that too.
absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure now we was on the same page, cause I know how you and Charlie get. You, Charlie, and Troy together.
You-
See, y'all be doing stuff, be sneaking around stuff.
T-
Don't be bringing no presents back, man.
Now, you know how
what?
this is working. She's figuring out how she's going to taste this. I know
Oh,
what that's out.
no, she's trying to figure out how I can get her. She's gonna get a bottle from me.
Don't be
She
telling me
tries.
secrets.
Yeah,
Don't be telling
yeah.
me
She
secrets,
just
Beef.
does all that.
Beef, don't tell me, sir.
Oh, they
Tell
just
me
don't
secrets.
think of me.
Oh,
Oh, woe is me. Yeah,
So let me
yeah, I
ask
get you.
Get your ass
I get you.
beef.
Only 80.
What
It's
do you
only
think?
$80 a bottle. So
What are you thinking about the toasted? How you like it? 94 proof.
I like it. To me, it's got some. Is it called pepper? When I'm smoking a cigar, I taste pepper.
right.
This got some same effect, but what do you call it?
Pepper's fine,
Pepper's fine. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
but are you getting it in the middle, of, like the back part of your mouth, the tongue? Is it sitting back there?
No, the middle to the front. Middle to the front of my tongue. I'm tasting pepper.
Gotcha.
So, 78% corn. There's a lot of sweetness going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you get this. It's a. To me, it's just typical a good bourbon flavor. I can sip that, and then I don't get no burns. No, it's not grabbing me back here like harsh. It's just sip it, let it set on the palate a minute, swallow down,
Right.
exhale out.
Do you know how to?
Wow.
We'll call it a retro taste. Do you know how to do that? A bourbon?
No. So let's talk about that because I heard you say that before.
Okay. So here's what this is kind of interesting. So you get a little sip.
Mhm.
So who was it? I don't even remember who taught me this now. I can't even remember. But if you get a little sip of that in your mouth and then just start sucking in and let it bubble through that,
Okay.
fill your lungs up with that air
Mm-hmm.
Just leave it in your
and
mouth,
then,
though.
and then swallow.
Yeah, don't.
But
don't
then
get choked.
but when you exhale out, blow all of that air back through your nose.
You need to stop. You need to stop right now.
I didn't get to.
How was that?
I ain't do
I
nothing.
didn't get to do it because she distracted me.
Just ignore her.
So you say get a little sip,
Just
breathe in, and then exhale through.
so you actually bubble the air through and
Damn, T.
she's a
Oh, I did it.
and so then you
Y'all
let
got
that
so many jokes. I
Yeah.
can't. I can't. I
so when
can't.
you exhale out instead of blowing out, you just blow it through your nose and then
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
it's a different taste.
Yeah.
What do you get that time? I'm gonna bet what you got. I haven't done
Got
it,
to.
but I'm gonna bet what you got.
Let me do it again.
We got an hour. You can do as many times you want.
I know why they have problems with TSA agents because they ain't got no mind.
Listen, y'all.
They are crazy.
Hey, I gotta be crazy to work at TSA.
I don't know what I'm getting.
Is it sweeter? Do you get more of a bouquet of?
When it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
What coming through here?
Right.
You're gonna get different flavors because you're using a different sense,
Okay.
taste, smell. That you're combining that and trying to use another one of your senses to
To experience this.
to pull out the flavor
Okay.
that is there. It's complex, right? It's very complex. I think, and Charles will tell you his opinion. The toasted barrel, I think, is going to give you a little bit of that, what you're calling pepper. I can feel it, right? I know what you're saying. And my vocabulary is not big enough to say what it is. It's not pepper, but it's a stronger finish that is left. It's smooth. It's smooth, but you get that little hint there, and I think it's the finish of I think it's the toasted barrel.
When I do that procedure there, just kind of letting that bubble around and blow like through the nose, through the sinuses, I get almost hints of some mint. A strong mint taste, and then it just kind of, then it sets on the palate. After you do that and let it set on the palate like that for an extended period of time, it really gives you, I love that because it really involves, you engulf the whole.
I got the mint going in, not coming out.
Right.
Like when I
You kinda
brought
get-
it up to my nose,
Yeah.
through my, I don't want to say it the wrong way because, we got 5-year-olds over here going to start saying something.
What? I didn't say anything.
Adolescent.
No,
I
oh
just
yeah.
start laughing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you. I was
I didn't
holding it
say
in my
anything.
mouth long enough.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, it comes back up. That's where I got mint.
What?
Anyway.
Yes. Anyway.
I enjoy, so it's interesting. I thought this 94 proof would be a much milder, but I sense the bourbon is riding right above the flavor profile of the cigar. This is probably the low end medium. We're talking about medium. I think it's at the low end of a medium cigar.
Oh, Charlie, we'll have Charlie on some full body next.
I don't care. Bring it.
Well, we've been trying to keep it in the medium range, just because there's so many that it's
Oh,
not
good
like
Lord.
we need to do cashmere. We have a whole bucket that opens up when we take that one more level.
Sure.
That's where we live, right? We got Placencia Hexagon back in. Oh my gosh.
Out of all of them cigars that we've done on the different podcasts, I mean, we've done a lot. We've done a lot. And we've done some, I can only think of really one that I was like, this is above. I mean, out of all the stuff y'all have introduced me to, there's probably only been one cigar that I'm like, this ain't me.
What's that?
I don't
You
know which
remember?
one it was, but it was
LFD. Might have been the LFD we did.
it was powerful, and I don't know if it was that one or one of the
Well,
general
it would
line.
probably do
Like-
the 500 double Ajero.
Oh,
that
God.
that's a strong cigar. That's a full body. That's the definition of full body.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure we did one of it,
And
or
it was-
or the Cabinet 5 would be another one.
Yeah.
It was one that I can tell you, and it's the only time that I've had, and I asked y'all like the following week, I was like, I got home, and I was wired up, and I didn't sleep, like barely slept all night. It was just
That much nicotine you
Yeah.
felt like?
I
you
just
did?
I don't know what it was, but my
Yeah.
mind was racing. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Did I drink espresso before I went and laid down or something?
Right.
And I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still like,
Yeah.
I'm like this.
All right.
It's like,
Can I share something with y'all?
yeah.
This happened at my house at 3:42 a.m. this morning.
Ooh.
Gina says it's the third night in a row. So we're on the first floor. The second floor, there's a bedroom above us and an attic area where the air conditioner is. Okay. So we hear what sounds like somebody walking and rolling something across the ceiling.
Oh.
Nope.
Now it is loud enough. Dude, when I'm out at 3:30 in the morning, I'm out.
You're out.
Okay.
I'm up.
Yeah, you just got up. I go,
On my way to work.
Gina, what is that? She said, I don't know, but it's the third night in a row I've heard it. I went, why didn't you say something? You know, like she forgets about it or whatever. I'm like, all right, it'll go away. I didn't feel like getting up. I tried to go to sleep. Happened again and again and
Oh,
again.
really?
No, sir.
So I got up, went upstairs. I didn't go empty-handed.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Thou shalt
Hell
not.
no.
So I go up. I said, well, I own this gun for a reason. So I go up there. I see nothing. Don't hear nothing. Turn off the lights, come back down. You know, the dogs are greeting me like, hey, what are you doing? I'm going, why aren't you figuring out what this sound is before me?
Get
They
it like,
said-
nah, dog, you got it.
He said, I'm right here behind you. You just keep doing
Right,
what you're
right,
doing.
right,
I got your
right,
back.
right.
You got the gun.
Right. Yeah. Don't let that thing go off. So I get back in bed. Gina goes, you're about halfway up the stairs and it stopped. As soon as you got downstairs, it started again.
Are you serious?
So
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I do not believe in ghosts. I
Okay.
don't believe in a house being haunted. However, my wife doesn't think like me.
Okay.
Now, she has not voiced this. I just have known her for close to 40 years. I know she's thinking, you know, we're being revisited by something. Okay.
Oh my.
So she goes today up to the attic where the air conditioner is, and it's a small space. It's not a big space. So very little could get in there. She didn't see anything. I said, you did that? She goes, oh yeah, if it's light out, if it's daytime, I'm okay with it. But at night, I'm not about to go up there. And I'm like, well, ain't nothing that I can see. See, if y'all remember back when we first moved into this, it's an 80-year-old house they completely redid, right? But for years was in disrepair. So they had raccoons, possums, cats
Imagine,
living under
yeah.
this house. So they established, you know, where they have litters. I mean, that's already established. So I had to hire a critter guy to go in there and get these 3 kittens out. And he found this raccoon den. There wasn't a raccoon there, but they were getting ready to have pups. And so he cleaned all that out, right? So this guy,
He must have brought him over there where I live.
he must weigh no more than $1, maybe $1.25.
Okay.
Like this dude is the smallest dude, thinnest dude I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
I got to call him. I got to get him back to the house because either that or Ghostbusters. I don't know.
I wonder if it's a raccoon.
It's got to be. All right, first of all, how to get in the house.
Right.
Right? There's only so much room in a house. But to make that sound, I may go outside tonight, make sure somebody's not, but it sounds like it's right over me. Like
But the fact that when you walked up there, it
it
stopped.
stopped right. That heard me. Yeah, whatever it is.
Something heard you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I was sitting on the
It's
porch.
rolling. Stop. Roll. This is what I'm visualizing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, there must be like the circus mouse from the Green Mile.
Well, there you go.
And he's pushing
what
the
it
little
is.
thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, he brought them raccoons over there to our neighborhood and let them go.
Well, he didn't get any raccoons from me.
Because
He just didn't let them have pups.
I was sitting on the porch the other night, and one came out the woods, and he started across the street, and I was sitting on the porch, and I moved my feet, and he stopped. I'm like, I'm gonna size you up. So I moved my feet again, and he started back toward the woods. So he got across the street, and he looked at me like, I'm just gonna sit here and see what you gonna do. So I went to get up, then he cut back down in the woods. So I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, you'll be back. And sure enough, he came out, sniffed around, he looked and saw me on the porch, he went back down in the woods. So yeah, they're down there.
Have y'all seen the Instagram with the raccoons? There's
Yeah.
2 raccoons, and one's about 3 or 4 feet in front of them. And they're videoing this, and they turn on the light, and the raccoons freeze.
Yeah.
And they got like somebody talking, you know what I mean, feeding it in like, I didn't do it. He did. I didn't do it. What are you doing? I'm not even here. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll send that to y'all if you haven't seen it. It's really
Oh
funny.
my god.
But no, that has nothing to do with bourbon and cigars, other
Wow.
than I may have wanted a sip of bourbon at
Yeah,
that point
get you a sip
because
of bourbon and go
I-
back to sleep.
I just didn't know. I knew it wasn't a person.
Right.
Like I wasn't worried about there's somebody being up there. It was just, what is this? Like what is going on?
Some nocturnal animal
Yep.
has invaded your space.
Right. I said, hey, that's what I said when I got up this morning. It was like 8 o'clock. Gina got up. I said, look, this has to be nocturnal because we don't hear it during the day.
Right.
So we got bats,
Yep.
possums,
Yep.
raccoons.
Yep.
A lot of mice get out at night, but that was heavier.
That sounds like.
So you got raccoons, possums, and bats. That's what
Now,
you have?
bat wouldn't. No, I'm just saying what's nocturnal that we have
Oh,
around
okay.
here. The bat couldn't do that. Okay.
Fox.
You would think the dogs would be
Yeah, ain't gonna be up in the attic. Then.
I tell you what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a cat, put it in the attic,
I got some.
and
Come
we'll
over to the house.
we'll take care of that problem.
Okay.
I got some.
There you
I
go.
got about 10 or 12 of them that visit my house.
I'm telling you, we get Ghostbusters next because if we don't figure this out, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So I got.
ain't getting up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm
So
gonna
I have
start shooting through
cats,
the walls.
possums. I have cats, possums, raccoons, deer, and coyote.
I will tell you, you guys talking about raccoons. I'm gonna give you a raccoon story. We're camping. This just goes back years ago. We're camping up in South Mountain State Park. I had scouts up there, and in the middle of the night, I hear this bang, 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 bang. Now you know at the parks, they got those trash cans that are about that tall, the
Yeah.
big old barrels.
Yeah.
Right.
Trash can. And so I hear this noise, and I reach over and I get my flashlight, because I had a hammock, I slept in a hammock. Reach over and get my flashlight, and I hear this noise, I flick the light on. The biggest raccoon I've ever seen in my life.
Like a midget, didn't it?
He is standing flat-footed beside that barrel
Yeah.
and reaching down in there. I mean, the barrel's this tall.
Yeah.
The
How do you
biggest.
think he got that big?
I'm looking at him, and I was like,
Who
"Oh,
needs
okay,
everything?"
you're getting dinner." I turned the light off and went back to sleep.
Yeah.
The biggest raccoon. I mean, typically, you see probably the one down by you is
Oh, yeah.
probably it's probably about this size, right? You know, about this big.
They look like little people coming out the woods.
God, them
You
rascals
would be
are
a great
smart.
scoutmaster.
I was. I did.
How long did you do it?
I was probably scoutmaster for 6 years.
It's
Perfect.
something about sleeping
Yeah.
in the woods.
It's something about his demeanor
Yeah.
that
I
says
can see that now that
he's
you say it.
patient.
Yeah.
He can work with kids. That's awesome.
Our boys, we had a ball. We had a blast doing all that stuff.
Eagle Scouts.
We had some, yeah.
Yeah.
We had some of those. I wasn't. I was a good. I think I was a good. I think I finished as I was an excellent first classman.
I was a Weeblo, and then other priorities took over.
Right.
We went to the First Baptist Church in Mount Holly. They had the local Cub Scout thing when I was growing up, and I really wish I would have stuck with it.
Yeah.
But my dad had never done it. I mean, he didn't have experience in it. I had two cousins became Eagle Scouts. But their dad was very involved. My dad was a great dad. It wasn't that. Just had to work. He never was involved in scouting. Didn't have that growing up.
But you
So-
were in baseball. So I wasn't a sports guy.
Yeah, I had baseball, football, basketball, and bowling. So
Wow.
bowling at that
Oh,
time.
Wow.
So they had Saturday meetings, and we always had bowling on Saturday morning. I mean, but you think about all of the stuff that your parents have to take you to, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
takes
Oh,
time.
yeah.
My mom was a den mother. You know, they were involved and
Right.
very supportive. But it basically came to, if you can't commit to this, you don't need to be doing it. You need to commit and
It's a
stay
lot.
committed.
It's a lot, man.
So we did that. We did the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
You know, built the cars. My dad cheated with me. You know, I mean, drilled the holes in the back.
Yeah.
We put the weights in it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never won the Pinewood Derby.
Well,
bothered me till
the
this
good
day.
thing about the scouting was, my two boys, I think I know this for a fact. One, you just learn a lot about doing the right thing.
Oh, sure.
You also learn a lot about the outdoors, and needless to say, you know, if the apocalypse happened, there's enough skill set that you learn through that. You know, I'll give you for instance, we built these out of cardboard boxes, and they're called ovens.
Going to the brownies.
We were baking cookies and stuff in a cardboard
Oh, yeah?
box, right?
Wow, man.
So it's just it's a good program. You know, Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, all of it. It's just good stuff, and teaches people about really how to be good people.
Well,
Good,
what
good about their life.
What it also, though, for me, I lack a skill set of, I can build a fire. I can build a fire. I can start a fire, you know, but I can't cook over a fire. I've never done it, and I've never really camped out. I mean, I've been with other people who camped out,
Right.
but I don't have that skill set, right? It's a comfort level. It's not that it's
Oh, definitely comfort.
difficult, but you have to have experience out in the woods. I'm going to go get this so I can eat that berry, and I can do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you say, survival skills that you learn over time.
Over time.
Jack and I. So Jack wanted to get involved in scouting.
Okay.
I bought us a tent. I may have even rented the tent because I wasn't sure how committed we were here. So we went to Cleveland County Fairgrounds, and they had a jamboree or whatever.
Cool.
So the first night, it was pretty chilly. I don't know what time of year it was, but you get in this tent. It's me and Jack. It's a two-man tent. We're usually big. We're kind of wide people now. Even Jack at a young age was a pretty big kid. So the first thing you learn about a tent is it will keep everything out unless you touch it. Don't touch the tent, because then the water comes in, the dew and the cold. Oh my God. So the next day I get up, I said, got about halfway through the day, I said, how things going, Jack? Well, I don't know. I said, what's wrong? I said, you don't like it? And he goes, well, I said, now, if you need to go home, it's okay. We just trying this out. I mean, but if you want to stay, I'll stay with you. We sleep another night in that tent, but there's a Hampton Inn right
There's a
across the
Hampton
street,
Inn.
and I can get to the house in less than 30 minutes if I need to. He goes,
There's a
"No,
pizza in for you.
I think we'll go home.
There's a pizza in it for you,
Yeah.
Jack. If you
Hey, the cooking was good now. I'm going to tell you, the hot dogs they cooked, the ice cream, it was fun. I mean, but if I could make it like a day camp.
yeah,
Okay, we're going to go home, but we'll be back tomorrow morning.
right.
Like, I would do that.
Camping.
But but you know, if I had the right equipment, you know, because Maddie and Amanda go camping, they don't have a problem going camping.
So they're just comfortable with it. They don't.
Yeah, I
panic.
think Amanda has a background in it, and she's taught Maddie, and they go hike and camp and cook.
No.
Not me. I just
No.
Holiday Inn Express is roughing it for this
It
family.
is about camping it is about the gear. I mean, you get the right gear and you do the right thing. So I gave up. So I used to, when I started the camping thing with the Boy Scouts, I was a tent. I had a tent, 2-man tent, but I had just me and that kind of thing. And I did the tent thing, and I had the little backpacking. We did in our troop. We did a lot of backpacking. So I mean, we would load up. We're gone. I mean, we're roughing. We ain't no electrical, ain't none of that stuff. But I learned after a period of time is that sleep on the ground, even with the high-tech foam pad thing that I carried, it was just rough. And I learned about this whole hammock thing. And I didn't have to find me the level ground and stuff. I needed 2 trees, right distance apart. I stringed my hammock up. I put the fly. I carried a fly that would go over me. And I mean, in a monsoon rain, I'm sleeping in the dry.
Yeah.
I could sit in my hammock and get my little stove out, and I could camp, and I could cook underneath the fly out of the rain. I mean,
Wow.
it was the best camping ever. And you just learn. It's
Yeah, because sleeping on the ground
No, that ain't fun.
in a sleeping bag, no pad,
that's tough.
it was cold. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't remember the temperature, okay, because we were up like this with our nose out of the sleeping bag.
Uh-huh.
The sleeping bag kept us warm
Right.
for everything that it covered,
Right.
Nah.
but your nose needs, you know,
Yeah.
needs to be
Yeah.
warm too.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
So you know, everybody's got their thing, and
Yeah,
you know, I've got other skills. I'm not worried
You're
about
a
it, but
skillful
I
man.
just, I'm just telling you, I really wish that I had been pushed more. You know, you don't know what you don't know, and I learned sports and did that, and that was fine. But now, but I'm not married to the right person to camp. She ain't never going camping.
Oh, my wife. Look,
She does not going camping.
I do an RV, but that's about it.
my wife, the motorhome works fine for her.
Right, that part.
For a few days. She don't even like doing that long term, but she enjoys that part. But
Right.
I camp differently today than I did back then, right? I enjoy the creature comforts. I like the air conditioning. If I get
Well, of
hot,
course.
I'll go in the motorhome. You know, I got a hot shower. I got a bathroom. You know, we're not leaning over a log and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different, but yeah, it's fun. But Scouts is a good deal. Yeah. Look at
No, I agree. I was a Cub Scout.
you did it.
My parents lived in Augusta, Georgia. I was in Cub Scouts. I got a picture in my uniform standing beside my mother.
That's a good memory.
That's a very good memory. It's a very good picture, and that was the last picture I took that she was actually taller than me.
Oh,
And
right.
everything else, you know, looking down at my mom.
Sure.
But yeah, I had the blue uniform with the
Neckerchiefs?
yeah.
Oh, you
I
got
had it, and I had the
dude.
the cub that you
The
put
slide
through
on?
there.
Oh,
absolutely.
I had all of it, man. You couldn't tell me anything. I wore it every Monday.
I got the Light Award. What was it? Air of Light Award? Air of Light patch. I think that's about the only one I got. I don't really know, but that was fun though, wasn't it? I remember that
Oh
outfit.
yeah.
I remember that
yeah,
outfit.
man. I used to.
Dude, I'll get you. So we took they wanted me and they put me through it. So the Order of the Arrow is one of the scouts.
I remember
There you go.
something about
Order of
that.
the Arrow. So the Order of the Arrow is, yeah, they take you out to the thing, and we did this up at camp. They take anybody that candidates on that. You go out to the thing, and the only thing you have is like no, we didn't have a flashlight. They drop you off out in the woods. We were out in this field, and all I had was a piece of polyethylene, a piece of plastic
Mm-hmm.
to wrap up in. No sleeping bags, no pillows, no nothing. And you're thrown out on the ground. You're sleeping out on the ground over there overnight. Next day they get up, and I don't know. They gave us a little something to eat. But here's the deal: from the time you start that evening through the next day to the meal, you don't speak a word to nobody, nothing. You can't speak to nobody.
Wow.
And then the next day you get you up and they feed, and then it was like a service project. So I forget exactly what we're doing. We were maybe cutting some trail for a hiking trail. And like you're cutting, and I mean you're working your tail off. Like
Right.
it's like kicking your ass is what it was. All day long. They feed. I think they gave us a little something for lunch, and then and you can't like talk. And so it was funniest thing. The guy was going through there. He was another scout leader was going through it. And this is a guy that he's going to talk to somebody. And I told Mike, I said, Mike told me when we started, he said, if you see me over here talking to this tree, just don't pay me no mind. I've got to, this is one of the
Got
guys.
to get it out.
He's got to talk. He just has to.
That would be Nautilus.
Yeah. So anyway, the Order of the Arrow, and I got that award too. So
I wouldn't be able to do it. But if I knew I had to start over again and do it again, I think I could be quiet. I think I'd just get mad at the world, just shut down.
It's
I do it all the time anyway.
yeah. So yeah, it's
Give me
good.
that badge,
It's good.
put it on here.
So this cigar, I'm down halfway now, but this has been excellent.
Cocoa.
Excellent smoke.
It's got almonds, cocoa,
Yeah,
a little bit of
It
hay.
hasn't changed. It hasn't
No.
increased. It's just consistent.
It's such a good smoke.
The burn has been dead on. I've knocked the ashes off a couple of times down here in the floor.
That's why it's the color it is. You can't tell.
Right. So
Genius move. Genius move.
natural concrete floor, perfect.
Well, it's got a gray finish to match the ash,
Right.
and then the stuff that keeps it from seeping in. But that was the thought when we put this floor in, was to make it so you couldn't see that.
Charlie,
Yes, sir.
Troy said, let me tell you, the Bourbon Fig Jam is ready for Canada as well as the Peach Old Fashioned Mix.
Bourbon. So we're getting ready to do camping, and we're camping like high style out. Bourbon fig jam that Troy's just made for the camping trip. We're going on this weekend,
I love fig.
and he's got this
fig preserves.
peach. What did he say? Peach. What is it called?
Old Fashioned Mix.
Yeah, we have this peach old fashioned mix that he's doing
wow.
for our bourbon. So we're probably going to do probably tomorrow. Friday will be our Citrus trade thing. We'll probably post something about peach. We're actually going to smoke some peaches in the smoker.
Yeah.
I'm taking the smoker. See, when we camp now, I take the smoker with me. Right. So we're smoking chickens, whole chickens. We're smoking chickens. I've got this recipe.
Right.
We take a whole pineapple.
Okay.
We cut it off and leave the core. Shove the chicken on it, and I put it in the smoker.
Right.
So now, and then the big slice pieces of pineapple goes in the smoker with the chicken. So I'm smoking pineapple
Wow.
with whole chicken, and that's Luther's licking his lips.
Sounds so good, doesn't it? Because it makes it juicy
I'm
in
just,
that.
I was just wondering when some of them smoked peaches was gonna come through.
Yeah,
And
when
we're gonna
the
get
smoked
like-
peaches
I
are-
know,
We're gonna smoke some
Thank you, Troy.
peaches,
Thank you.
which we're gonna slice up.
I'm gonna
and
need
put
some
in
of them
these
smoked peaches there,
old-fashioned-
Mr. Clean.
Oh,
mixes.
that is genius.
We need
I don't
Nollis and
understand.
Sierra to hear this, so we need to start off on the smoked peach old fashioned.
There we go.
You
That
hear
would
this,
be
right?
awesome. Troy, thank you. What a great
That's
idea.
a really good idea.
I need to go camping. So here's the way we do it, Charles. I'm not inviting myself. I'm just saying I'm available. That when you go camping, I want to hang out outside the RV. We will smoke whatever. We'll do whatever. We'll drink whatever. I'm going to head to the
Are you
Holiday
spending
Inn.
the night?
We're going to call this a day camp. I'm going to go to the Holiday Inn, and then I'm going to shower. I'm going to sleep. I'm
No,
doing
no,
all
no,
that.
no, no.
I'm going to go by Shoney's on the way and
Right.
get the buffet.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll be back the next morning. We can start up again.
No,
I'm
no,
good.
no,
Right.
no, 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 no. We're gonna X all that. We're gonna X all that.
Why?
I'm gonna need you
Ha!
to bring that RV, that motorhome, to the back parking lot. We gonna need some of them smoked peaches
All right.
and a smoked
I
chicken.
need some smoked peaches, man. I need some
Have you ever
smoked
done? And let
Look,
me ask.
Mr. Clean, y'all ain't even got y'all. Just bring the motorhome over here. Stop playing, okay?
So
I
let me
don't
ask,
know what's going on, but I feel like y'all just like leaving me out. I feel abandoned here.
I'm
So
gonna take
we're gonna have
pictures.
to fix this.
I'm gonna take
Immediately.
pictures of every meal that we do. Y'all wouldn't. Shoney's, you wouldn't even go to Shoney's. I'm just saying.
oh, for breakfast. So you gonna cook breakfast?
Oh.
Obviously, pancakes.
we have had.
You have a griddle?
We have. They have a Blackstone griddle.
Oh yeah. Well, of course.
And we do. We've had everything from eggs Benedict with bacon and French toast. I mean, I'm telling you, the camping weekends, we probably gained 6 or 7
Oh
pounds.
no. We put a new event on the calendar. Bump that.
Ah, I love
Fuck
it.
that.
I love it.
We're gonna smoke out at Smoking Barrel. That's what we're gonna do.
Smoke out. This
We're gonna smoke out at Smoking Barrel.
Well, we
Charlie
can
gonna
get
bring the motor home.
Hey, listen, the Mook's got a smoker. We can put a smoker right out here one day and start smoking peaches and doing a
Oh,
peach old fashioned, and then we could do the chicken. You ever had beer can chicken?
I've never had beer
You
can
take
chicken.
Look,
you take a can of beer and you open it and do the same thing to the chicken, and you smoke it like that with beer.
smoke out at Smoking Barrel.
That
Bring
is
the
a
motor home.
great idea. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we doing that. We doing that.
We
putting
get
that on the
Charles in
calendar.
here, Mook in here. We have a bunch of chefs.
When we doing this?
When we volunteer.
Oh,
Charlie.
God. Here we go.
Here, keep that.
Hey.
set.
So
Hey, no sleeping bags.
mark a
Oh
day
no,
on
no,
your
we're
calendar.
going home.
To the house.
September. September.
Smoke peaches. I love it.
Yeah, we smoking out at Smoking Barrel.
We
So,
got to
yeah.
figure out how to smoke the peaches in the bar.
Yeah.
We can do that. That's not. I mean, all I got to do is make it a suggestion, and they'll figure it out. They're a lot. Listen, I know it ain't hard. They're a lot smarter than me. They'll figure it
Got
out.
pictures on the phone.
I got pictures on my phone.
Oh, so can Derek show them?
These
Look.
are just like
No.
rated G pictures or
Yeah, this is the stuff he was talking about. But the fig, y'all ever had fig preserves?
Yes, sir. My
Oh,
grandmother used to make it.
my grandmother had Gina's grandmother actually made fig preserves. There's a big tree outside,
No,
and I mean there were figs everywhere. Y'all, you know where you know what Ingles is in Dallas?
Yeah,
Right across
yeah.
the street
yeah.
was my family's farm.
I'm
Okay.
gonna need that.
It ended up being a
No,
white
no,
house, a
no,
brick
no.
house, a yellow house, all that. But where the White House was, there was a garage behind it, and it had fig trees.
Okay.
Luther, you walk out there, all you gotta do is grab it and eat. There's so many that it produced.
That's wonderful,
Bacon
man.
fig jam.
This is it's a bourbon bacon fig jam.
Oh my gosh.
This is. So he's trying this out. Look at that. He's already smeared that on a
Man.
piece of toast.
Look at that.
Boy, you talking about good?
Now Troy is probably having a cup of coffee with this,
Okay.
which I don't blame him.
He's got a pour bourbon.
Oh, okay.
I tell you what. Just make sure we got plenty of double shot when we do this smoke out. Cause I'm gonna need some double shot and a piece of toast and that bourbon. Man,
I still haven't heard what T's doing, bringing to the party, other than her.
Yeah.
She's bringing the appetite.
Wood.
I just really haven't heard T's contribution to the whole
To
plan.
the whole
here.
plan.
I'm bringing the paper plates.
Hey, and the
First of all, if we do that, we ain't using paper
so,
plates.
and I got the text from yesterday. So we have fresh. He picked these up at the market up there. Fresh whole chickens. They're not frozen chickens. These are fresh, like
Just
Grain
got-
fed in the barnyard,
See, that's what I'm
good
talking
wholesome
about.
chickens,
Just
That's what I'm talking
plug
about.
cage free.
cage free.
Okay,
Love it.
I can do that. Yep.
Smoking out at the Smoking Barrel. I
Yep,
love it.
we doing that. That event's on the calendar. So we might well call Mary and put that on the calendar.
We need
Y'all-
to do it in the fall. Like we
Yeah.
need to do it in October
Okay.
Yeah.
when
You
it's
You ain't saying
chilly.
no
We
more
don't
word.
want to do it
Fun
when
to
it's
do.
late fall.
You know what? This would be kind of cool. Listen, that'd be fun to do for a lifetime member only.
That's what
event.
that's what we were
That-
talking
that
about
would
today.
That would be fun for and we just have a feast here.
That's
That
the
would be
event.
awesome.
That's the
That's
event.
it. That's it. That's,
That's
the event.
There we
That's
go.
the event right
There
there.
you go.
Lifetime members, if you're watching, you just heard it here.
We just made that up.
In October, we're gonna make it happen. We will make that happen. That is awesome. I
Charlie
like
gonna bring the motor home. We're gonna park it up
He
here.
gonna sleep overnight.
Uh-oh.
This gonna be what, Saturday
gonna
morning?
get-
We're gonna
we-
start
hey,
Saturday morning?
Is the Mook watching? Does he commented? He usually comments. I'm
We'll
volunteering the Mook.
Get the moat.
He has a Blackstone too.
Oh, man.
So we could get his smoker. I don't know how we transport it, but they'll figure it out. And your smoker, and we could do some brisket, some chicken. Oh my gosh, ribs. Oh, they do it all, man. They're incredible.
And I'm praying for a good Saturday college football day.
Oh, and it's not a bad one.
Oh, that's a
There's
whole
never
day.
a bad one.
That's just love.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I'm calling out for church on Sunday. I'm calling out that Sunday. I ain't going to church that Sunday.
All right, I got a message for Tanya.
Okay.
Ran into Tony Floyd. They'll know who Tony is.
Okay.
So Dirk and Darrell definitely know.
Okay.
Perry will know. So Tony Floyd was at the hospital. He wasn't a patient. We get in the elevator. I ain't seen Tony since 1986.
Oh wow.
Man gets in the elevator, got on glasses now. So that threw me off a little bit. And I'm going to see my dad at the hospital. So Tony gets in there and I go, Tony. He looked at me. I said, Tony Floyd. He went, yeah. I said, Brian Huff, beef. He was at East Gaston. He said, beef, what's up? And we just, did the hug thing. I said, I see Dirk and Darrell about once every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
We get to see him and his, I went through the whole thing, Tanya and all that. So you got to tell her I saw Tony.
Okay.
It's good to see him.
I
I hadn't
certainly
seen him. He went to New Mexico State, played a little ball.
Okay.
Great guy. Great guy. Hey, guys.
Oh, what a day.
What a day. You see this?
It's been
You
a
see
week, bro.
this?
This is really good.
Getting ready to start the podcast. What's she do?
Hey,
She's filling
listen,
up.
Listen,
This is really good.
It is
It's a
good.
week.
Yeah.
it's been a week.
Hey, the cigar, toasted.
So
Toast.
Toasted barrel.
I'm gonna give y'all a rundown.
Oh, we're gonna
We're gonna run
recap.
down. Yeah, we're gonna run down. All right.
We're not talking about people bathing or anything like that, right?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah.
No brownies, nothing.
Nope. No.
Okay, all right.
So, had a 4-day Saturday. I had to go back to the country. Back home, Kings Mountain. I call it the country. Had to lay my cousin to rest,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and family's all good. So, we ended up. We had the gala, AJ and the Cool Kids Foundation. That gala was Saturday night. It was real nice.
Good.
Saw a lot of people there, whatever.
You got the gift card, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Oh, just make sure.
GTG had 2 tables.
Great.
We had ended up with 2 tables. A lot of fun. Met some nice people. So it's really good. But so Smoke, which is my little cousin, he's in GTG also. But his dad did the eulogy on Saturday. I got to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in years when I went back home. Like, oh my God, it's been a while since I seen you, So my mom and my cousin they were close in age. So I knew at one point that my mom was gonna break down. I just didn't know when. So I strategically put my mom between me and my uncle.
Right.
So Smoke's dad, like I said, he did the eulogy. He was talking about, how people judge and we shouldn't judge each other and let God be the judge. So I'm sitting there with my mom. And like you, Luther, I'm taller than my mother. So my cousin's giving a eulogy and he says, people will say, well, such and such used to drink all the time and such and such drink all the time. He said, but what you don't realize is God will take the taste of that alcohol out your mouth. As soon as he said that, my mom grabs my hand and starts tapping my leg. I looked at her like we in church. I looked at her like, really, Mom? Seriously? That's what you gonna do in church? I was like, I can't believe that. So we go outside. I see Smoke. I look at him. I say, tell your daddy. I said, stop talking about me, okay? You talking about me in church?
Started burning.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Well, that's called meddling.
Yeah.
He be meddling.
He's meddling in your business.
Right. You talking about me like that. But anyway,
We call it stepping on toes, but
Oh yeah,
it's a whole other thing.
no doubt, no doubt. But like B said, we got a lot going on. We got jazz tonight, which is unusual because we don't have jazz on Wednesday night. We got Cool V doing a cutting light. He's debuting his cigars here. We got the backpack drive. As you can see, the backpacks in the background. Me and Via, the treasurer for GTG Gaston County, went shopping on yesterday and got some backpacks. So we adopted a school this year. We're doing a little different. We adopted a school this year, and we also adopted Bishop Tyrone. We adopted his church.
Which school? Which school?
Ought to be ranking.
Ought to be ranking.
Yeah, here in Mount Holly. So,
We just call it out of ranking.
Out of
Yeah.
ranking.
so we got a lot going on.
First woman to win the Woman of the Year in Mount Holly. Out of ranking.
Really,
Nice.
She was the principal at Ida Rankin for many years and created that school. They ended up naming it after her.
Oh,
It
wow.
was Mount Holly Elementary, or at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, great school. That's where I went to elementary school.
Mount Holly
I'm
history.
glad y'all
yeah.
did that. During the war, so we don't have to go into all that today, but they brought in teachers. Husbands are at war. They bring in teachers and
right,
they're
that makes-
teaching,
yeah.
and they lived together in a dormitory, right? And then walked to the school to teach. So later on, I'm there in 1974, along with Reggie wasn't there yet. He's a year behind. Reggie's a year or so behind me. But so, anyways, I was in first grade. I had Miss Connolly. So we had Reed High School at the time. That's when segregation was involved, right? So Reed High School was the black high school, right? And then you had Mount Holly High School. Well, in 1972, they were integrated. So there was no longer a Reed High School. So my teacher, Miss Rozelle, which was Miss Connolly, was a teacher at Reed High School. It was my first grade teacher.
Okay.
So I get to third grade. I had Miss McAllister. She was part of the original teachers at Ida Rankin.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that many years later, because she would have started when she was in her 20s. So you're talking about 30 some years. So she's in her 50s. Then Miss Childs was that was my fourth grade teacher. Miss Nichols, my sixth grade teacher. So you had this history.
Okay.
But unfortunately, when you're that age, you don't know nothing about that.
No.
They're all old.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know about Reed High School. I don't know any of the history.
Right.
So circle to now, it really means a lot.
Right.
It's so
That's
cool,
beautiful.
Right.
you know, how all that comes back. But Ida Rankin has a rich history in Mount Holly. Mm-hmm. So I'm really happy that was the school that
Nice.
we went with.
Yeah.
We have two other elementary schools in Mount Holly, Pinewood, Catawba Heights Elementary, who are deserving as well.
Right.
They have kids there as well, but I'm just, picked out of Rankin. Gina went to Pinewood. Gina taught at Catawba Heights Elementary. So a lot of connections. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you guys are doing that. I appreciate it.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you're coming over tonight, which you are invited, pick up a pack of paper on your way. Pick up some number 2 pencils. Bring some rulers. All of it's going to a worthy cause.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey, just think about, you want all children to have an equal opportunity.
Absolutely.
You want everybody to have the same
Right.
as everybody else, so everybody gets a fresh start and an opportunity to succeed
Yes.
and to get the most of their potential.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to equip them with all of the tools needed
Yes.
to be successful
Absolutely.
at school and in life. That's what it's all about. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what Smoke and Barrel represents,
Yeah.
and GTG does through the Smoke and Barrel. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
And thank you for
Thank you.
allowing us to hang out here and
that. Absolutely.
be here and
I'm a member of GTG,
yeah.
so I love it.
Hey, listen, one more thing. Here's a toast to all the teachers that are going back, who
Hey.
already started going back.
Yeah.
Toast.
You
Yeah,
have,
they're,
you
they're,
have an awesome
they're having teacher
responsibility.
work days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have an
Absolutely.
awesome responsibility. If
Absolutely.
you are a cigar loving teacher, you need to come see us.
Yes.
We'll work with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right, we're gonna wrap it up. T, you good?
Good.
All right, everybody good?
Great.
Charles, what's the best cigar you having today?
Hey, the best cigar is this cigar in my hand that I'm having with friends right now.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Cheers.
toast.
Toast it up. Toast.
Here's a toast. May your days be bright, may your days be long, and may birds fly upside down over your washed car. Have a great day. Thank you.
That's good. That's good right there.